I am black and beautiful. O daughters of Jerusalem. So now she's addressing the daughters of Jerusalem. Like the tents of darkness, like the curtains of Shlomo. Do not see me that I am blackened, for the sun has scorched me. The sons of my mother have caused anger against me. They placed me as a guard over the vineyards. My vineyard I did not guard. What does it mean I'm black? What does it mean I'm beautiful? She's trying to get away from the blackness. We're not saying anything that if a person has dark skin that there's anything wrong with that. That is not what's being said over here at all. Please don't understand it that way. What she means is that my dark appearance is on account of whatever her complexion might be. It doesn't matter. But more than my natural complexion, I have been further darkened. Something happened to me that caused me to become scorched. So I am black, but this conjunction of doesn't have to mean and in Hebrew. It could also mean but. I'm black, but I'm truly beautiful. Who's she speaking to? The daughters of Jerusalem. The daughters of Jerusalem are the nations of the world. God has promised the Jewish people that ultimately when God's kingdom is restored to the earth, the nations also come to Jerusalem to serve God. These are the daughters of Jerusalem. They're being called after what will be in the future. And she says, even though I look bad now, I'm not bad. I'm actually really good. Like the tents of darkness. What are the tents of darkness? Tents that are spread out and they get rained on. We know all about this in Seattle. What happens? They become dark. They get blackened. They get like mold. The fabric isn't black, but because of the elements, because of outside and external effects and events and circumstances, they become black. What happens with that? You can bleach it clean. You can get those stains out. And when you get those stains out, it will be like the curtains of Shlomo, meaning like the curtains of the temple. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're designer. They're made of the finest materials and colors and designs. That's who I really am. I'm beautiful. It's just that I've been covered by a blackness. Underneath it all, I'm really sterling. I'm sparkling. So don't see me that I'm black. I've just been scorched by the sun. The sons of my mother caused this to happen to me. Who are the sons of my mother? The mother of the Jewish nation is Egypt, because that's where the Jewish nation incubated. Yaakov and his family came down as a small group. They grew and they multiplied and they multiplied. Like a fetus in the womb starts as a small clump of cells, really just one, turns into a clump, multiplies, till it grows limbs and a whole respiratory system and a vasculatory system, and it grows into a full-grown being.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Recha Quadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you other brethren, you fellow believers of this truth, even if you sisters. Shalom to the elect. So anyway, okay, I want to do a second edition of this video. Why is this rabbi asking if Israelites are black? If no one cares, when no one cares about color. But I kind of went in on this video going into the Song of Solomon 1. And, you know, these videos like this, especially when you see the intro, it can get you frustrated and caught into the narrative of what they're speaking. So as I was going through the video, I was speaking as though he was speaking, you know, with a she, and showing the black woman as this was a woman that was being talked about, when actually this was Solomon speaking of himself. So I just want to clear that up. But I was just kind of going into the fact that when I went into the Old English, it says I'm beautiful like a turtle, right? And that when you look up the so-called beautiful turtle, they would be a dark brownish complexion. But I said it in a way that he was saying it like it was the woman, but that's not the case. So I'm here to clear that up and go into a little bit of Song of Solomon 1 and 5, because that's what the whole video was about. And I don't think I completely touched in on that. It was just so much weird, sick hypocrisy he was saying. Like we went in Isaiah 49, when he said that the daughters of Jerusalem represented the other nations, today's nations. You know, and then when you look up daughters of Jerusalem, it's actually talking about the Israelites. And the tents of Kedar, he's saying it was the actual tents. So let's go to Song of Solomon 1 and 5. I'll make this short. And I'll get to the point. It says, I am black but comely, which goes back to beautiful, right? We'll go to H5000. I just want to bring that out a little bit. It means beautiful, seemingly, comely, beautiful. Sometimes you go into strong definition. It says suitable, beautiful, becometh, comely. You know, basically you get to the point. It says, I am black and comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. Right? So every time you see daughters, remember the Lord said he sees the children of Israel as like a comely woman, a beautiful woman, right? So I went into the commentary. Let me go back into the commentary again, and let's touch on that again. I'm black and comely, O ye daughters. Okay, it says here in some commentary, it says, and comely through the beautiful, which my husband put upon me. Okay, they go on there. It says, O ye daughters, by which ye understand particular believers, whose mother Jerusalem is called, right? Let me go here again. It says, by which, this is what they say, particular believers, the mother of Jerusalem, right? This also proves that when you see the word mother, it's not always talking about an actual mother. It says the mother of Jerusalem, which is Galatians 4:26, but Jerusalem, which is above and free, which is the mother of us all, right? So he's actually speaking of himself. He daughters, let me go back here. He's actually speaking of himself. Let's go back here. Song of Solomon. I'm black and comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as a tense of Kedar, right? Which goes back to Quadar, which also means so-called black, as the curtains of Solomon. Now, when you go to Kedar, let me go back down here. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, in the tents of Kedar, 869:38. It says dark, a son of Ishmael. You see that? The descendants of Kedar. And it also says H69:37, dusky, of the skin or the tent. Kedar, a son of Ishmael. Right? So when we go to the word dusky, I want to look up this word dusky. It says dark, somewhat dark in color, having dark skin. You see why it's got so many definitions, somewhat dark in color, but then specifically right under it says having dark skin, right? Marked by slight or deficiently light, shadowy, right? So we know that's talking about somebody so-called black, right? And it's easy to see. It's easy to see. It says, I am black, O ye daughters, I am black but comely. Now, why did he say black? That's another thing, because you got to watch it, because people will say, then what was necessary for him to say black if everybody was already black? Remember, when this is being described, he's describing his unique complexion. And for some of you who don't believe that he was the Messiah reincarnated, this is what we teach. His complexion was also described in Revelation 1:14 through the angel of John the Revelator, right? So you can see the connection of the unique melanated skin that he had. The Lord, when he sent his son, they came in a melanated, highly melanated form, right? So it was a unique complexion. So when you go down to verse 10, it says, thy cheeks are comely roll of jewels. So everybody thinks red, thy neck with the chains of gold. So how's it going to be red cheeks like a white person, but a golden neck, right? Some of it's metaphorical, but some of it's legitimate. Even when you deal with metaphors, being a metaphor, is always still describing it, right? So you can say, no, his cheeks wasn't jewels, and thy neck with chains of gold, which he may have gold chains on his neck. But it also goes into the fact that when you go into the old text, it says his cheeks, his face was a beautiful turtle, which meant when you look up the beautiful turtle, they were very dark. You could just type it in. You know, a beautiful turtle. They was dark as well. So I just wanted to clear that up to the fact that this man, what he said, and I kind of went off course and kind of just started, you know, rebuking the things he was saying. But as far as Song of Solomon 1 and 5, the actual video, you know, pretty much didn't go into what that is literally talking about. So that's pretty much on it. This was talking about Solomon, right, in itself. And it was kind of crazy, as I said in the video. He didn't show any pictures of Jake, you know. He put the picture of a black woman in there. That's also a form of humiliation to the nation of Israel. That's just like when they do that, they're putting the Harriet Tubman on the money, but they won't put, you know, John Hanson or something like that on the money. Debatable of the so-called first president, but they won't do that, who was a so-called black man. They're not going to do that. You mean to tell me they skipped over Barack Obama? So you could clearly see this is an attack on the so-called black Israelites and natives. I mean, all Israelites, by the humiliation. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.